evening, everyone. Welcome to Saturday Night on HQ. I'm Buried Livingston. I'm a bit concerned about this. Have you seen this picture of the guy? Someone passed him in his car and took a photo because this guy was at an intersection sitting in a Dodgem, bumper car. And it's made the newspapers now. And it's a guy about, I don't know, he's like 50 and he's just sitting at a traffic intersection in a Dodgem. And we don't know where he came from, if he's going somewhere. And I know the likelihood is it's a middle-aged bloke who's like customized a Dodgem car in his garage and he's taking it out for a spin, for a laugh. But I just can't get this thing out of my head that what if it was 40 years ago, he just crashed through the barrier at a fun fair and rolled away. And he's been too embarrassed to say anything. And he's just... So if anyone has seen the picture and knows who he is, can you tweet me or something, because I do worry. Anyway, to take our minds off the lonely Dodgem man, we have 12 questions from easy to hard, and if you get them all right, you win or split our £1,000 prize. 10 seconds for each question. Use an extra life to stay in the game, except on the final round. You know how it goes. If you get eliminated, you can still watch, but you can't play unless you have those extra lives all recharged, which you can get by playing a streak of days. Anyway, if you're feeling sound as a pound, let's get to Q1. In the nursery rhyme, which begins hickory dickory dock, what runs up the clock? Spider pig, Godzilla, a mouse. We think this rhyme might have something to do with the astronomical clock at Exeter Cathedral, by the way, which has a little flap in for the cat to come out and chase mice, but that's neither here nor there, really. Godzilla is famous for running amok, but who's known for running up clocks? More of a squeaker than a squealer, it was a mouse. A mouse, and in by a whisker, 66,566 of you. The mouse ran up the clock and then back down again when it struck 1. Riveting stuff. Q2. In music, what name is given to an ensemble of 4 singers or instrumental performers? Duet, trio, quartet. You need a bit of forethought for this question. Yes, you do. If you went for duet, then I'm afraid you're only half right. 3's a crowd, 4's a quartet. And if you're Kieran Hebden, it's fortet. And 64,402 of you knew it. The musical 4-piece has been popular for hundreds of years, from classical string quartets to auto-tuned boy bands. Tomorrow is Sunday, and you know what that means. Yes, church. And after church, a long lunch. But more importantly, at 9 p.m, it's our £5,000 game, so join us for that. It will be a cracker. Q3. What's the name of the customizable avatar first introduced on the Nintendo Wii? You, everybody else, me. Nintendo Wii technology, that motion control stuff, was originally tech for aeronautics, but much more useful in video games. You'll spend more time creating it than playing the games, but what's your avatar called? Letting everyone else see what you look like, it's your me. Oh me, oh my, 61,501 of you. Got that right. You can turn anyone into a me, which makes Wii boxing extremely satisfying. Q4. Which of these comedians wrote and directed the 2017 Oscar winner Get Out? Brendan O'Carroll, Jordan Peele, Michael McIntyre. Apparently Chance the Rapper bought tickets for almost everyone in Chicago to go and see this movie for free. He loved it so much. These 3 have all made us laugh, but who scared the bejesus out of us with Get Out? Rocking the slippery surname, it's Jordan Peele. And not slipping up on that question, 31,711 of you, but we lost about half of you there. Yes, 16,000 thought Brendan O'Carroll, 11,000 thought Michael McIntyre. No, it was Jordan Peele, who has teamed up with Spike Lee, of course, on BlacKkKlansman. Peele's film debut was the surprise hit of the year, and I'm not just talking about the jump scares. All right, with a little bit of beastliness already, let's go on to Q5. Which of these was created after the inventor discovered a confectionery bar had melted in his pocket? Pressure cooker, toaster, microwave. I guess he had candy-striped trousers after that. His trousers may have been toast, but they led to a different invention here. The tiniest of goodbyes, it's the microwave. Yeah, and cooking up that one, 17,355 of you. Percy Spencer was testing radar equipment at the time, making magnetrons, as you do, and inventing the microwave and the hot pocket at the same time. And after that, he put a magnetron above an egg and on a cooking kettle, and he cooked the egg, and his colleague got egg exploding into his face. And there's, just a million jokes you could add in there, but we're not going to. Q6. Designer Alexander McQueen created footwear named after which of these animals? Panther, armadillo, giraffe. Alexander McQueen, whose clothes ended up on the album covers of Björk and Bowie. I wouldn't advise putting your feet in any of them, but who got bootified by Alexander McQueen? Little armoured ones, it's the armadillo. Yeah, those pointy shoes, 9,918 if you got that right. They're as practical as a chocolate teapot, but Lady Gaga still wore them in her Bad Romance video. On the subject of fashion, I tried a new tie thing on Thursday. Don't know if you saw it. I was hoping it would catch on, but I've been looking at the magazines from London Fashion Week, and there's no sign of it yet. Guess I'm ahead of my time. Anyway, just a couple of shouts. A happy birthday to Callum in Aberdeen, who's turning 13. I was just in Aberdeen. And to Tins and Maria, who had separate fauna frights this week involving cows and cats. I hope you both recovered. Q7. Which of these countries does not have a mountain called Sugarloaf? Brazil, Wales, South Africa. If you go to Wisconsin, you can climb up Chicken Breast Bluff. Yes, you can. There's a meat mountain as well. You can have a lovely meal at mountains. Nicknames are cute and all, but Sugarloaf for a mountain? The only dentist-approved country here, it's South Africa. South Africa got no Sugarloaf Mountain. 2,880 if you got that right, but that was a savage question, indubitably. 5,623 of you thought it was Wales. I think there's 2 in Wales. We've got 4 in the UK. I mean, the Americans mock our terrible teeth, but having 4 different Sugarloaves in the UK is hardly helping us, is it? Okay, with 822 using extra lives to get back in, and just around 3,000 of you getting that question right, we go to Q8. Who were the first people to build a structure at the site of the hot springs in Bath? Celts, Romans, Saxons. Bath, the only whole city in the UK that's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and very nice it is too. The Romans loved Bath, but who beat them to this one? Sporting tartan speedos, it was the Celts. Who else but the Celts? And 717 if you got that right, but it's another savage question. Yes, Dicky Vaprush, it was sauvage. 717 if you're getting that right. The Celts built a shrine around the springs, which the Romans turned into a leisure centre when they took it over. And 2,500 of you thought it was those Romans. Aha, tricked you. Q9. Which of these is not a character in L. Frank Baum's Oz series of books? Albert Wig, Frogman, or Tollydiggle? Oz, the place called Oz apparently was named after a filing cabinet that L. Frank Baum saw. He saw the letters O to Z and thought, let's write millions of books about it. It's a ridiculous name, but Tollydiggle is genuinely the Emerald City's jailer. Flooding our chat, but not the Oz books. It's Albert Wig. Wiggy for the win here, you know it. 581 of you did. Frogman is exactly what he sounds like, while the OG Wiggy is a character in Mary Poppins. He's Uncle Albert that flies up and has a laugh. Okay, Q10. In tennis, which state originally hosted the event later known as the US Open? Connecticut, New York, Rhode Island. Which state? Yes, the US Open, been played on grass, clay and hard courts. The tournament's been held in Flushing Meadows since the 70s. But where did the Open originally open? The right road here is Rhode Island. And on the right road were 234 of you, 440 eliminated. Yes, savage, triple savagery. Is it triple, is it quadruple? That's so much savagery. Good, love it. 234 of you getting that correct, and 37 using extra lives. The US Open is also a golfing tournament, of course, but that one teed off in Rhode Island as well. Q11. Which of these actors did not star in the first movie they directed? Nicolas Cage, Jack Nicholson, Chris Evans. How well do you know your movie trivia and your actor-director trivia? They've all given directing a go, but who was calling the shots from behind the camera? It's the triple Oscar-winning grinner himself. It's Jack Nicholson. Yes, and you do know Jack, 92 of you do. 179 eliminated, another savage question. I'm losing count of all the savagery, my nerves can't take it. All right then, cuckoo nests at the ready, because we're flying into the final round. 38 using extra lives to get back in. 92 getting their question correct. £1,000 on the table. Here comes Q12. Characters from which animation have featured in their own series of DC Comics? South Park, The Flintstones, The Simpsons. Gotta love a DC comic. What about Tom Strong, the science hero who had a pet gorilla? Lesser known one, perhaps, but there's a franchise movie in there somewhere. Don't expect any of these lot to join the Justice League, but who got a gritty DC reboot anyway? It was originally made from paper, but there was never an official South Park comic. However, famous for rocking, well, rocks. It's the Flintstones for the win, and saying yabba dabba doo, 77 winners tonight. So much savagery. It was like wild jungle beasts coming at me in this game. Well done, you 77, who made it through 12 tricky trivia challenges. You've got £12 and 99 pence for your trouble. It's like £1 a minute. Well done. Congratulations to Sarah Wids, who's like a number 1 in her heart with a little circle that's quite fading out there. To Quizny Leach. To SGT Todd Ball. SG Todd Ball, is it? It's a robot anyway, and we have to be quiet because he is analysing. To Buzz Lightyear, who is like a telescope there, radio telescope. To all of you, you're brilliant. Well done. Whether you won or broke a personal best or just had fun, I'm going to check my Twitter now to see if anyone knows the Dodger Man. You can find me at Buried Living if you want to. Say hi. It's the same username on my Insta. And we're back tomorrow, 9 p.m, with our big, huge, Sankadelic £5,000 game. Queen Shazza will be in the chair, or she may stand. She's a free spirit. I hope you can join us then. I'll see you later next week, but till then, from me, goodbye.